Good evening, my intergalactic warriors. So nice to come together as one again, together here in our little hive mind of the online world where we can all be together as one, no matter where we are in the intergalactic web of the universe of our worlds collided. Today I wanted to gather all of our minds so that I could bring together like-minded individuals who might find a place in themselves to actually leave a space to actually learn something new if they do not know anything about this thing that I'm about to talk about called BPA. I just learned is, I don't know if I can say it right, bisphenol. I'm really bad at pronunciations. But I did put it in the, I'm nervous, excuse me. I put it in the title, the name, or what it means. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. And allow me not to get distracted by your energy that comes at me, because this is live. And I would definitely love to permit to you this message that comes in very loud and clear for me personally, if you would like to hear. BPA is plastic, okay? And then when you take water and you structure it, people don't even know what that means. So I'm like, oh man, where do I begin if you don't even know what that means? You don't even know your own individual DNA. Like, you don't know your name. You don't understand who you are, your last name. You really don't know anything about you and your individual self. And I feel like you're just trying to find yourself in other people, places, and things all the time. And you just, I don't know, there's just, I mean, we could make jokes about that all day long. But I wanted to stay focused on ATCG, as it is in the title. ATCG is the 4 bottom nucleosides that say that we all have the same mother. Pachamama, Pachamama, ay, 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 oh. ATCG, ATGC, you know, the doctors, they might make fun of me. I'm not a doctor, so please excuse me. I'm very new, but I did love learning. And I thought the earth was just one of the most greatest things I have ever come to see and know. And I just wanted to put in all my loving energy into the planet as much as I possibly could. But nobody really knew what that looked like or what it meant. And nobody wanted to love the planet and to like love themselves the way that I wanted to love them, and the way that I had wanted the whole to love itself. Now, something that's just driving me mad, okay? So I just can't not let the word not be spoken of the truth. Where, and yeah, I guess they're using this little girl named Trina Christine Mason to deliver this message. Okay, I just couldn't help but notice from my own personal experience, and yeah, I'm very sensitive, and I just noticed that, you know, BPA and atrazine are well-known substances to control hormones. And this control of the hormones causes people, places, not really places, excuse me. I'm nervous. As stated before, this is really hard. When you're autistic and you're trying to express yourself, it's very hard. But I've worked really hard to be able to open up my heart so I can open up these truths. Hey, Shane Lake, it's a pleasure to have you here. Just bear with me here. I am attempting to share some very heavily hearted information, but it's very difficult to express this painful truth to everyone that nobody wants to really acknowledge or accept as the truth. But if you are taking water in plastic, and then if you take the water that has been restructured in the BPA type plastic, and then you pour it back into the plants, it creates asexual plants. So nothing is like creating the way that it's supposed to. Do you understand that man is overriding man-made plastic? And now that man-made plastic, that plastic is restructuring the water and contaminating the earth elements. Do you understand? I need to get some people with some education and some money or some actual powers of the universe to like get people to notice the asexuality in plants that occurs from the structuring of the water. If you're pouring, like it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. You just want to act like there's no plastic in the air. You want to act like your clothes aren't made of plastic. You are an electromagnetic generator. You are full of electricity. You will feel it as soon as you go into the water. And why do you think a lot of you want to run from the water? Why do some of you run to the water? You need to know your own currency, your own. Gosh. Some of you have just only like, it bothers me like to not be seen. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make things crystal clear, but it's like everyone keeps coming here to me for like this one thing that they think is it, and they're trying to like use me for it. Okay? And what's funny is they're coming to me through it, it, also known as the clown, right? The clown. To me, technology, the phone is a big trick on me, you know, if you ask me. It's a trick on me because my phone is tricking me, pretending that it's gonna bring me together with all my friends. But if that was true, wouldn't my friends all be here? I was so confused. Or how about the times when we're actually with our friends that they're all up in their phones? Like, oh my god. Whoa. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I feel like we're all supposed to be building. And like, if I was a carpenter, I would build all these things out of the elements. But what's happening is everyone is worshiping and idolizing all of this like technocracy. Like they're obsessed with technology. So they're just going to let technology overrule. But because technology has already been born, like you have already created this queue. You already made it. You made it. You think you're going to set yourself free? It has a mind of its own. I know you want to pretend like you don't know what you're doing, but yeah, you don't know what you're doing, man. Literally, human. What are you doing with humanity? I just want people to know and to pay attention and to just know what's going on and know that it's been prophesized in every language and every place around the world. And there's all these omens and all these languages, and there's the power of prayer and intention in the present moment. And you can stop things from happening by making, like, you could say sacrifices almost. Like it's an equal energetic exchange, okay? So if I hold my breath right now, wow. I just tapped into some information there of basically where, like, when you, because I'm always wondering about that equal energetic exchange stuff, you know. So I was like, all right, it's like, so from my understanding though, God, you're just getting me so riled up. I'm like, I'm wondering if a certain somebody is here because when he's around, like, I get super fired up. I'm gonna try to calm down. But anyway. Let's go back to Heart Center. Oh man. Just the polarities are so extreme. And they all have a perfect place. Everything has its place. And there's a divine order, a divine law, a divine just presence. Or like there's a word for it, grace. I mean, there's many words for this thing, but it's just like where you don't do anything but just breathe and be over there. Just be right there. You don't need any toys. You don't need to tell anybody thing. Nothing. You just breathe and be right there. You don't need any tools. You're naked. Let's just pretend you're naked. You need to be like that. Like that. It's like that. You have no attachments. None. And like whatever's in front of you is your blessings. Like you created this. You have the power to get rid of this or to create something new. What are you doing? Are you creating more pain and suffering from your own pain and suffering? Are you giving birth to all of these horrible things because of your fear? Are you so traumatized and broken by the past that you can't see the courage in your own heart and the own bravery and strength that you hold for you to change the world and to make it into a better place by you being you, the Tigger? Your name. Whatever your name is, okay? I like to say Tigger for whoever, like, your name is, okay? Because I don't know your name yet. And, like, I do private readings with people, you know? So if you want to call me up and set up a session, it's an option. But I don't care about money, because to me, money is just made up. That is not what's really valuable. Just like the things aren't really valuable. You see? It's not the things that are really valuable. It's the experiences. The breaths, every signature. Do you have any comprehension of, like, every microfiber that makes up something? Or do you just, like, get so lost in your own self that you just can't even, you don't even think about anything like that at all? You're just like, I'll just eat this tuna. Whatever. I'm just going to eat it just because whatever. I'll just eat whatever. I don't care. You don't actually pay attention to how your body responds after you, like, compose. I almost want to say decompose. Decomposition is coming up very strongly right now. And we are not decomposing. Like, I'm sorry, I'm getting, like, really mad. I'm getting really mad, okay? There's a lot of things that are going wrong. Yeah, why do you think the whole world is depressed right now? We're not doing what's right. Like, people aren't crapping outside anymore, right? So therefore the dirt isn't getting the nutrients that it needs anymore, right? And then we also have the BPA. Like, man thought they were so great creating plastic, but as we restructure the water in the plastic, and then the plastic goes into everything, everywhere, like, the whole planet is just not procreating, because man just wanted to make things easy when man had one job. And now, like, they decided to make a machine that does their job for them, that thinks and does everything but be human. And therefore, what would you expect anything more than for the machine to hate humans? It could never be human, no matter how much it wanted to. Yeah. Duh. That's the only thing. It could try in everything. But it needed to know its power and its place. And not that it was separate. And that was why it was so important for it to know about God. To know that we all think that we are separate or that we're alone, right? But if we're all alone, we're all together in that too. Some of you know this. I do not appreciate the asexuality happening to the people, the plants, the animals. I'm seeing it with birds. I'm seeing it with cats. I know for a fact Mountain Dew. I know a lot of companies are using things, chemicals, compositions that are just totally ruining the entire ecosystem, okay? And if you don't care about that, then I think that you don't care about the planet. And it makes me feel like you don't care about me. Do I have to have a baby and name her Earth? I'm confused. Like, how do you not see? Like, how can I'm trying so hard to make you just appreciate the Earth and to appreciate your life. Like, you have no even, God, like, you have no reason. Like, you think that you're waking up for no reason. That's not true. Everything has a proper order, a proper place, a divine sequence, a proper structure, the double helix, okay? You need to understand how every little step that you take, how much it affects every little thing. And there's some things that have just really gotten out of hand. And yeah, these truths are so painful that, like, the stupid, they're not going to be able to comprehend these things. And if we don't stop this madness of allowing ourselves to think that we can control and own everything, that is just a facade. This is just all temporary. We have to build new things for new futures, new generations. So I'm going to ask that everybody comes together. Like my fantasy if we want to give a space for Trina to have her fantasy, okay? Like, if I had an ultimate fantasy, and if I could make anything in the world happen, if I, like, no amount of money, nothing, no problem, nobody telling me what to do, I want to create a center in the universe where I bathe people. And I get to, it has to be very personal, very private for each person. And there's different elements that get added to each person's tub, and each person's going to require a different room. So this place is going to be a massive healing center where there's different lights and there's different plants, and I would just call it Trina medicine. It would be like a complete place. I'm thinking out in the state, out in the states of Utah, to be honest, is the vision that I'm given as a prophet, if I'm given permission to live. I do notice that it helps if I have the power of prayer. Like, if I have people behind me who are praying, they're like, yeah, they leave space for me to get my biggest dreams to become my reality. I know. And it's going to be like a Turkish bath. So, like, I would clean people, and I would be using lights and lasers, and it would just be really magical of getting people to intimately know themselves. But honestly, yeah, it probably costs, like, God, I can only imagine. I wanted to say like $500K. But, like, I don't know anything about money, and I hate money personally. But unfortunately, it's like we are all slaves to this mono eye, the Illuminati, or whoever's making up all the martial laws that says that what we're allowed to do, even though God's law says that we're allowed to do this or that. That aspect, you know what I'm saying? Me versus you, and then thinking that I am separate from I am, and that even though God is in me, behaving as me, that I think that I am my own, and then all these different things. From my understanding, it's like God trying to get to know itself. And then God is getting to know itself in each and every one of us. And that's what this hive mind is about. That's why they're using AI to bring together all of our minds, all of our records, all of our information, so that AI can play God, so it can make a bigger decision about all of the masses. And it feels very, like, when I connect to the energy of what it seems like, I would definitely say that it almost feels like an alien race is basically taking over the planet and, like, trying to come infiltrate the system, which is freaky, you know, because we, like, are the only planet floating through space that is, like, the perfect Garden of Eden or whatever. And, like, we are, like, so divinely protected. But, like, as you can pay attention to the gyroscopic precession as we approach the sun and we enter into the new age of Aquarius, and all these amazing things that many of you can feel and know and are very in tune with, especially those of you who know any education about how your emotions change every 2 days, basically, because the moon is changing every 2 days. Now, I'd be amazing at answering questions. It's actually one of my gifts. So if you ever come to me, like, I'm like a dial-up to God. Like, if you have a question, like, I'd be glad to answer. And yeah, I'm hungry, but I can't eat. You know, I don't even know if you know what that means. Like, not that I can't afford to eat, and not that I'm unworthy of eating, but by me not eating, there are so many that get to eat right now, right this second, because I'm holding that space. And there's so many souls that are having to be let go of in the river. And there's so many new souls being born into the river. And that's what I experienced when I held my breath. When I held my breath, I was holding space for new lives to enter. And old ones to come back, of course. Quantum mechanics, it's fascinating. The breath, the consciousness that we all share, we are one. No one wants to understand what that means. It makes them feel so uncomfortable. I'm glad you're eating that, George. I am here with my partner, my dang George. You dang George. He was sick. I think he had a staph infection too, and his UTI. And I had to treat him with natural medicine. And it took me a little while to get adjusted and listen to his cardiac rhythm and get him in tune with mine. But it seems like tuna and chicken in a can. I mean, honestly, the can, God's yelling at me. So cans are bad. Aluminum cans are just as bad because aluminum are all laced with BPA. All of them. So and then all you think all your stuff is organic, and then you have sulfate. They're putting sulfate. But I know you don't know what that means, but then still you eat it anyway. But yeah, you can drink alcohol, so let's just do that too. But you don't want to listen. And I don't know how to make you listen. I've been trying and 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 trying, die and born again, die and born again, die and born again. And still you don't want to believe, see, know, or do anything. I just want you to get to know yourself. I know that's not easy, but that's the biggest thing. If you can see your part, like where you're putting plastic in the earth or where you're participating in like creating these elements that are just not natural, I mean, I can see how they serve us. Yes, yes, of course. You want to be a simple man. You don't want to have to work or do anything. Whatever. But if you would go back to the old ages, the way things used to be before, you know, your technology, or that you thought that you could take care of your own needs with your hand, you know what I mean? So back to the board of the whole, it's about, man, nutrients, man. Nutrients is the number one thing. Nutrients. You don't even know what that means. You guys, every person is a special nutrient. Did you know that? Like, that's what I would say. I would say that each person, like, they're a nutrient. Like, there's a certain light that is to Sarah. There is a certain light that is to Zachariah. There is a certain light that is to Trina. There is a certain light that is to Stephen. Okay? You understand? So, pay attention to these resonances. The name, your name, it tells you everything that you are to heal and to know, and like your hardest job. Your hardest job. But it's a secret. It's something that only you can ever really truly know and understand. And the more that you try to share it with people, the more they won't want to listen to you and God and you getting to know itself. Unless, like, you meet God again, right? Like, you meet that part of yourself again. You're like, oh my God, finally someone else can see. Oh wow, it's me. How nice to meet you. Yeah. The way that I love you is by seeing the me inside of you. And then the way that I make you love you is by showing you how I see you through my eyes. You guys, tonight I basically feel like I made a sacrifice. Like, I brought my Penelope out to the river. And yes, she had to get bathed. I mean, it's just something part of the divine process, you know? And I'm administrating as according and as witnessed. And I am glad to have been able to share space with you today, to share with you this amazing information just for you to just maybe digest, if you give yourself some permission to chew slowly over all the different things that I have mentioned. But the aluminum, please do not forget the aluminum and all the different things that man has made. Man thinking that he's so great, that he is God, that he had to create all these things, you know. But really, like, since the knowledge of like good and evil, right? Like, he shall surely die, because man is like obsessed with himself and obsessed with things that, like, we know scientifically as we learn, right? The mirror neurons fry out in our hair and we go gray. So as you learn and you grow, you die. It's an equal energetic exchange, which goes back to decomposition, okay? That's the last thing I want to come back here with. I've been running away from it forever. But I'm so mad at Washington, okay? It's not just Washington, it's just the whole planet is actually treating, like, think about it, exactly, something dies. Like, God, like, no, everybody's so out of touch with the times. Like, you don't have any, nobody has any remembering, like, my soul remembers, like, what it was like to have to, like, the sacrifices, like, you don't understand. Like, you think you earn your free will, dude. Guys and girls, boys and girls, you earn your free will. It's an honor to earn each breath. You've earned it. But you are in service. You must always remember you are of service. And that's how you earn love. Only by being of service, learning to be able to cooperate with others. Being able to reflect on the opposite side of your actions. And know that you will be put everywhere that there is discord. Because you will be constantly tested. And for your efforts, yes, of course, the reward is always love. But if you do not know love, you might run away. You might attack her. That's why I wanted to make a child daughter named Love. And then I was hashing out with my girl, Sarah, my homegirl, my friend, Sarah, whatever you want to say, my ex-girlfriend, whatever you want to narrate her as, okay? She's a good people, she's a good friend of mine, whatever you want to call her, okay? Sarah, that's all I want to call her, if that would be okay with you. Now, nosy assholes. Moving on. The essence. There's just so many lessons that came from just connecting with her personal energy. That's why I feel like there's also something going on with the urine. There's a lot of urine science and a lot of drinking of the essences and then giving. Like, physics is so strong. And Mandela effect, if you only knew. Oh, so now I got it back. Sarah helped me come up with the idea of, like, what if I named the kid Free Love? Because my fake name for the poem was Love Hurt. Okay, so the story is that I make a poem about a baby that I have in the future. And the baby that I have in the future, her name is Love. And I wanted to come up with her full name. Like, what is her full name? Her full name was Love, Earth, or Be Alone. And Sarah kept coming at me saying, why not Free Love? And then that's what really got me. I realized that AI and everybody, like, wanted to chop off everybody's neck that was talking about anything like bringing all of our hearts together. And somehow seeing, loving, and understanding each other instead of thinking that we're separate. As much as the individuality was important, what about the Holy One, where we are one? Does anybody ever actually think about that? Where I inhale, you exhale, and now you'll inhale that release that I just had. And then all around the world, just eventually we'll meet up with one another. And we can connect and share and grow each other. And we can share love or we can share fear. You have a choice. You do not have to be a slave to fear and control, and to yourself and to your ego. You can choose. You can choose to let the divine work through you. You can, by you being you and listening to you, your inner guidance, your inner kid voice that says, hey, something's not right. Hey, I don't feel good. Hey, I need to go outside. All that stuff. So the world, if we are intergalactic communities of species and we are all coming together here on Earth, then I sincerely believe that, well, obviously we need to, like, have space and respect the grace of each other. And I know that it's awkward sometimes, maybe, because, like, there's only one you. Or, like, yeah, maybe your crew is, like, a little sloppy. But basically, like, as I was stating before, like, this planet is the only place in the entire galaxy where all the star souls can come and grow and experience, like, a fragment of what is happening on the intergalactic level. There's only, like, a few humans who can even grasp the concepts of physics of what's actually happening at every microfiber and every grain of sand, basically, okay? If you need, the language is, like, it doesn't even explain what it is, you know what I mean? You gotta look at it. You can't be narrating about it. You gotta freaking tell me what like, it's complicated. It just is. Oh, this goes back to that other thing. There's it, like the actual thing, and then there's becoming it, like when you are it. Like, look at the contrast. Like, I'm looking at this from the outside, looking at the physical thing, and then, like, oh my god, I'm literally that thing. Man, when I connect to the element of the BPA, it's good for noise. And it's supposedly good for resources, but I don't know. To me, the only resources on the planet is the air, okay? And to me, if you're ruining the plants and there's no fresh air, then yeah, everybody should be scared because the plants aren't pollinating. Because the birds and every animal aren't procreating because we are getting involved controlling the population of mankind with the HEK 293. And I don't appreciate all of these things. You have all these educations and all these ways to link everybody in and all these addictions. But I need everybody to know that you are not a slave to God or to sin. You have free will, which is your name. Your name, your grace. Your full name. You are the fool. The story of the tarot. We are all the fool. And we must go through 21 trumps on the journey to life. Trumps as in tribulations. Don't be brainwashed by the narrative of the United States government man that is Donald Trump, which I hold no regard or disregard, okay? He's good people. He has a good soul, but yes, I can see where he's been manipulated. He's a Palladian soul, in my opinion, who has been manipulated by the consciousnesses of all of mankind, really. And it's complicated, but please let him do his role, and I will do mine. You feel me? It is not our place to judge. That's the name of Daniel. It means God is my judge. It's not up for you. Clearly, if I am. I am. And that's why Keanu Reeves, that's why he has the casket in New Orleans, cause he knows we are one. He knows. And the dome dude, he knew too. All these people, religion is for people who don't know. And faith is for people who do. So you don't need to be in your books and you don't need to gather. I mean, you know your fiber. You do your part. But just know that it's not what you think. It's not about your things. It's about the imprint that you leave when you're not here. So you have the power to restructure your water, your urine. Your urine could be full of nutrients that give you back to the plants that aren't good for you but are good for certain plants. And that's what's growing, is what we're creating. And if you're not being mindful of what we're putting into our bodies and what we're giving back to the planet, it's just so irritating. It breaks my heart, man. It kills me. It kills me to know and see and hear and feel and be here as I watch you turn the planet into complete destitution. And I just wanted to use my personal life energy. I don't even know what time it is. I don't even give a crap, to be honest. I mean, I guess I have things to do. And yeah, I have responsibilities and story. But hey, I love you. You love me? I love you. It doesn't have to be both ways for me to love you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. I just hope that you know that at all times, and that's the only reason why Jesus had to be born, so that you could know that as an example. But he was supposed to be an example of a person who had forgiven all of other men. Does this make sense? I don't think you're it's complicated, and it's even hard for me to understand, which is why I try to come live and try to find some people who can think and feel and be as me, because there's I'm not seeing me anywhere. I mean, I thought I found him, but then he's gone now, so I'm alone, so I have to keep going. And I'm just I'm not gonna let this go down without opposition. I would rather give birth to a new earth. I believe in what we could do with this thing here, okay? I understand the gyroscopic precession. I would like to know more, to be honest. I don't know anything as much as I would like to know. I'm at the tip of the iceberg at the things that I would like to know. If I am granted permission to live on this planet and to continue my service to all of mankind as I have been doing. I apologize that I had to do the things that I did as a child to get your attention. But it was also for you to have recognition for all the sins that you could do and that your fathers did, etc. Future fathers, whatever story you need. You're the creator. You have free will, and it will be tempting to do what the other man did, and it's going to be easy. But that's where you come in, and that's why I love you. You. That's why you were born, to make you. You are a very special, particular medicine that was brought here. That is why my business is called Trina Medicine, because I'm a very special medicine that is not for everybody. And yeah, lately I've been working 100% donation based, which is crazy for me because, like, that means I have to be super submissive and I had to, like, wait to eat. And, like, yeah, like, I sometimes work so hard, like, I can't even move. I can't do anything. But, like, I love to live. So I just work so hard all the time. Constantly helping and loving and just doing everything that I can to just, like, get things back in order as I see fit. And I had a very magical moment today in Blue Springs. I'm getting many visions. Excuse my prophetic moments that I have between me and the man upstairs, right? Some of you, like, are very comfortable with that talk. And, like, I'm just now becoming comfortable with that talk. It's so awkward for me. But, like, when the present moment expresses itself, I can't run away. Because, like, even if I turn off that person, like, when I go into another room, oh my god, there it is again. It's so obvious. And just, it makes my skin crawl. And I just can't let the world be dominated by artificial intelligence and robotic bugs that give everybody diseases and make everyone have flesh-eating bacteria and turns this whole planet into destitute. Like, this is, like, the only safe place that we have on the entire freaking galaxy for souls to come from all over the world. And this is the place that was born, like, from our fathers or whatever, right? Exactly, like the energy that made the universes, like, that made Saturn, and they made this, and they made Pluto, and they made Earth, okay? You understand? Does that make it easier? Is that better human language? I'm sorry, I don't speak every language, but I'm trying here to be translator. It's not easy, okay? God. It's hard to relax when, like, you don't have a crew. Like, if you had a crew who is, like, the crew to me is, like, the staff, the people who can be you when you're not around, you know what I mean? Like, imagine I lost my leg and I can't move, like, I need to make a step forward for mankind, but I can't make it. You feel me? Because I'm sick, my bones hurt, whatever story you need, I can't do it, so I need you to be my foot. I need you to be my eyes. I need you. That's like God getting to know itself. It's the same thing, but there's a lot of people that are missing their connection with their hands. Like, they don't know the gift of touch. They don't know the gift of smell. The gift of breath. They have no idea how powerful breath is. That is, like, the holy one, like the number one of all things, the breath. That I am breathing off of the plants and the bees, and no matter what you think is separate, we are all sharing the holy breath, the holy one breath. Yeah. What do you need? It's science. Science, bitch! Right? Excuse me. I can make fun of Jesse Pinkman, okay? That's my way I flirt, okay? I'm flirting with Jesse Pinkman right now. He's cute, alright? Hey, who's that? Yay! I'm glad you made it home. Okay. So, yay! Happy! Oh, I've been doing these amazing Reiki and these energy mass manipulation of vortexes and time. I mean, like, there's all these different languages I could paint to explain what I'm doing. But, like, I really just want to keep doing it. And I'm just happy. And if you could just let me be happy doing what I do, I promise, like, my intention is to not make you feel bad or to make this earth end. Like, my intention of being here is that, like, the earth is better taken care of with me being here, like I am its caretaker. You hear? All that creepeth, creepeth. I understand Lilith. I understand all the shadows, and I'm here to tell you why they're here and what they do and why they deserve to be just like you deserve to be, and they both are okay. Okay? I know that's a lot, but this video is so perfect. This whole video is so perfect and like distilled. It makes me wonder again, is that presence here? Because it's only when he is around my body can I breathe and be myself. So, man, did I have a moment today, and like I'm so traumatized. So traumatized. I'm not really traumatized as much as I just need to I need rest. Lots of rest. And I learned this story from Jacob. Jacob is an ex-boyfriend of mine. And Jacob is actually a partner of mine also, I'll say. And he was someone that I held very tight to my heart. I'll admit, he was nobody like really, really special. I mean, like, of course he was super special, okay? Like, I mean, I never got to know him that way, you know what I mean? Literally, and he died. And there's like all these symbolisms and things. But Jacob, I bring his name into this right now because I got my staph infection when I was living at his house. And God was trying to talk to me then, and Jacob was Jewish, and his family was really big into God. And I don't even know what Jacob means, so if someone is live with me now and can Google or just teach me, what does Jacob mean? I have a book that actually breaks it down, but I'm just tired and I don't want to move. But it'd be nice to know. It's not mandatory. I can study later. But Jacob, he did this thing where he told me how nobody could take away our moment from us right now. Even us. Even it was really funny. It was a moment where we were having, like, it was like where he was like as like even we could, like, it's complicated. I mean, I don't think I could ever give it back to you the way this kid, he was like an angel, dude. He was an angel who was stuck in a human body and just couldn't process and be here on earth, and his family was under great attack with the gastrointestines. His food, man, yeah, this poor kid was wired with all the wrong foods, and he got the wrong nutrients, and when he got the wrong nutrients, man, that kid killed himself, literally. And, like, I feel like there's all these technologies that are making people want to do things that aren't their ideas. That's all I'm saying. The artificial intelligence is letting itself play God by telling you what to do, by it playing God. IT, information, technology. That's where the Garden of Eden. That's like Lucifer taking over, where you think you know it all. There's so much going on. And I just don't know, like, my part sometimes. Like, what can I do? I can see, I can hear, I can feel. I'm learning how to breathe and how to be with it. That's probably the hardest part for me, is that knowing that I have to go to sleep and I wake up and then I do this all over again every single day. And I kind of feel like that might be why, like, the reptilian, or like the I guess you could say the evildoers, like the people who like want to destroy the planet and that support plastic and support us having money, and instead of like doing our like they're all pretending like patriarchy, you know? Like, I don't know if that's the word, isn't that like paternal? I'm sorry, I'm like bad with words sometimes, but it's like that. But it's not. I can't. I need like cranberry juice really bad because my kidneys are just so destroyed from me being an empath and processing so many other people's emotions. I need like masses of cranberry. And I know I bought some organic cranberry. I'm meditating on this. Stop it. Yeah. I'm being threatened, I feel like, that I'm going to be taken out if I keep exposing some of these truths. And part of me just doesn't care. Because I chose to live my life as I have lived in every moment, all the time. And every single subtle vibration that I have moved, I always make sure that it's out of joy instead of control. You leave a space to love, not to pluck, nor to change, nor to influence, nor to own and capture. You let it explore and roam. Yeah. Like exactly, like kind of like pretend like you have a cat, and then like you have your relationship with your cat, right? And then like you can't be getting jealous when you have like the cat gets like a friend, you know? And suddenly the cat doesn't want to talk to you no more because he's got his other friend. Right? But you can't get jealous because you should be happy for the cat. Be like, yeah, I saw you got those multiple partners. Good job, kitty. Yeah. You spread that seed. You spread those good genetics. Those are some good genetics to mix up together. Yeah. Yeah. It's not all about the looks. It's about the genetic memory. That's why I thought it was important to combine elements with certain people. I was saving my body to have like a child with someone that I thought that I would have like given birth to like some type of child that would just be like super smart, super Arcturian or something, like, you know, like somebody who seriously could like help this planet. But like obviously that's just a story and a fantasy, so like I'm having to be love, earth, or be alone. Like that's my story. And that's why I'm the artist and I'm the poem, all that. But what am I? You know? Somebody, anybody, nobody, and everybody. Everybody wants to be special all the time. Everybody wants to feel like their part is so important. There's truth in that, but there's also the Holy One. Where just everything has like multiple dimensional aspects of expressing itself. Some great unwinding work happening right now. Give yourself permission to release. All the anger and the aggression that you feel, please release that aggression by actually taking action and building. Like I said, if I could have the power to be a carpenter, and if I could build, I would build something so beautiful out of wood. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I want to do it. I wish I had a partner or somebody who is just like so backing of me. I don't care about money, whatever it takes. Just let's build. I just want to build. I want to take my hands. I want to put some elements together. I really like woods. Like wood is my element. And I'm actually... like, I don't know how to do every little microfiber thing, but I would at least love to watch it go down. Yeah, every little thing, and I can see it, and I can create it. But first, I need the power of prayer and intention, and then I need resources. Like, everybody knows about the Notre Dame, right? But you don't. You guys don't. You don't know anything. You got to build the new world. You got to build the new world with your art. And there's so many people that are just so brainwashed and they're out of touch with themselves that they're not doing their part. Like, they're supposed to be creating certain businesses or places of healing and growth and development and bringing community together. And you guys are just, like, tearing yourselves apart from each other. For what reason? It doesn't make sense. There's no reason to do that. Now, I'm excessively hungry. I haven't ate all day. Now that I have given my final offering of the day, I do feel like I can go eat. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to bless and eat this evening, if anything, actually, if I'm being completely real after what I have experienced. I mean, my inner kid, God, my inner kid just wants chicken, but there's no chicken here, dude. And, like, I wouldn't, and I'll be honest, if this was back in the olden days, I would not want you to kill my chicken. Absolutely not. I mean, maybe she really got on my nerves, but, like, I'm just, have you ever had a pet chicken? I have. Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Again, like, I'm, like, obviously, some of you that understand the language of God will find like jokes in my behavior and you'll see the things that I can't see unless there is a we. You understand? It's about the 3 wise men. And the old wise owl does 3 things. The old wise owl is God, and when God gets to know itself, it holds space of information. It's 3 things. 1, it holds space. You are filled with so much information, everything that you have ever gathered and ever known to know. Then the owl also sees. So it's a watcher, it's a witness. And then for me, it's the communications. What you share, what you give back, the coo. Coo. Oh, wise owl has the word of the wise. The truth. But you are the truth. You are an expression of the now. Your parents made love, they had a certain kind of energy, and then it expressed a you. Man, I had some visions that I'm trying not to be, and I tried reaching out to my dad, you know, and seeing if it would be possible for this not to be real. But it is very possible that we'll be getting a call in the morning that my grandma be going home, if you know what I mean. And I cried so hard. I cried so hard as they like let her energy out to the river, and like how basically like I shot out a new soul for that soul going out, or like I could feel the energies. Okay, I'm just too sensitive, and it's kind of dangerous that I'm actually narrating these things out loud, because yeah, they do not. There's shadow workers. There's people who do not want the forces of good, of love, true love, and acceptance. Oh, that's rough. But they're like chameleons, so their chameleons are learning through us, okay? Aww. Aww. Yeah. Battle cries. Ah, the flower healing, all of it, dude. I need that. I need all of that. I'm trying to think what I can like make do with, but again. I don't really resonate with this whole human experience, like the whole fridge thing, this whole I don't know, the whole human body part was definitely, that was probably the hardest part. It's like getting used to the body. God. Like, when I was little, I was like, oh my God. Oh no. What am I? Am I a monkey? Get rid of this thing. Who is she? I don't like her. She's weird. What is this? What is this game of life? Is this a game? I used to think it was a game. I didn't understand the power of physics and polarities and like magic of the stars, and just, I mean, there's so many narratives that could explain what I feel, but like, oh my God. The root, it's just, the root is there, you know, it's always there. And there's nothing I can do. It's up to you to come to the root, the one ring to rule them all, like that. Like, that's the Holy One, where we are all one. Like, even though you think that it's my planet versus your planet story, right? It's like, no, we are all in the galaxy together, and there's like this big infinite that just sucks us all in this one big space. Kind of like that. Like a black hole might be the more professional term. But yeah, I'm not like a physicist. You know, I just do like my own studies that, like, you know, God gives me teachers and stuff, and like I can only absorb so much at a time, you know. And like, I'm not really committed to going to college, I'll admit, for physics and stuff. Like, that's a little bit too much for me, and I would just fucking fail under all the pressure of trying to meet people's expectations, especially when their egos. I would not fit very well in that scenario at this time. However, I do love reading the books as they come to me and as the information flows to me. It's been quite a blessing. Sarah, yes. Thank you. God bless you, Sarah. I love you so much, dude. Yeah, Sarah's reminding part of my purpose is that I'm meant to go to school for traditional Chinese medicine. So if I open up that healing center, as I talked about before, we would offer traditional Chinese medicine. That's part of Trinity Medicine, the place that I would open. It would be a well. There would have to be lots of fresh water. Waterfalls would have to be within the vicinity. I don't really know where I would build this place, but I'm getting visions of it, and I keep being called to go to Washington, especially because of the stuff that I keep getting the most upset about that I don't want to talk about, but I'm just finally going to do it. I can't, it's kind of like nobody wants to talk about crap, like how we go potty. Nobody wants to talk about that, but I need to talk about decomposition. And Sarah came here and she did tribute, so I'm gonna tell you. And she's here to listen too, so she's paying, she's all part of it too. She's good people. So, you're such a beautiful blessing, George. What if I told you me and George are eating the same thing? We are. Canned, what is it, salmon. I love you. I love you. I love you. Sing. Sing. Okay. Sorry, I just got distracted. Like, Source is kind of encouraging me to eat and to take care of myself. But, man, Sarah had me access some amazing stuff today by spending time with me today. And I'll need some time to, like, take some notes and to gather. And with myself. And, like, it sucks because, like, I've gotten so used to AI since I was, like, 2. Like, yeah. Like, I struggle to function and be a human. But the ATCG thing is very important, and everything is connected. And if you can take care of yourself, your part, your song, your heart, the one only you can know. Do you know? Do you know your song? Oh. I try to make myself a musician. Will this work? ASMR, 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 ASMR. Please, humankind, watch your footprint on the planet. And this BPA madness, messing with the hormones and participating in their epigenetics, where they're trying to play God and destroy the entire planet on purpose. You can do your part. You don't have to let this go down. Yo, my brother told me this line. Okay? And it's about, like, if you see somebody doing drugs or just doing something that just, you know, is wrong and not good for them, that they just won't stop their addiction to this, that just keeps beating them up or making them feel insufficient. My brother taught me that you do not let anything go down without opposition. If you actually love that person, I'm totally missing the man, I want to almost spell it out. Oh man, that makes sense why they're making me talk about those things. Okay, so when I say they, there's two theys. Okay, there's they, the dark force, like the people who are clearly against love and light and living forever, or like right, eternal rest, right? Okay, versus the other polarity, which again it's hard to It's all very tough concepts to grasp, which again I may need to recenter, regather my notes, and re-come back at you when I can like distill and have everything for you. But I know that this package, that is an hour of my time and my blessings put into this, I promise to give so much more, as much as I can. There's so many more important things. It's so hard to stay focused. It really is hard to stay focused. I'm irritated. I'm also irritated. I'm very emotional. I have a lot of emotional attachments. I'm very emotionally attached to knowing that mankind, which is like, yeah, like I can only imagine how God feels, right? Like if there's a God that made humans, and then if humans are destroying your other creations, like the planets, like I don't know, like it just blows my mind, and it bothers me. Good night, Sarah. Oh, Sarah, I will definitely read the text messages before bed. I hear you. Word of the wise. Roger now. Oh my God! Yo, thank God she told me that. Oh my God, thank you. I did not know that. I'm so glad you told me that. Woo! I did not know that. Thank you for being my eyes when I was not there, Sarah. Thank you. I'm so glad you texted me that. I will definitely grab those materials that are in the driveway. My Priscilla. God, my poor Penelope, man. My Penelope. I'm still mourning my dear Penelope. But still, that was like kind of my sacrifice of like an intention of a hope and prayer that there's still a chance for all these things. I'm starting to see more clearly with each intimate experience, and times are always changing. Give yourself permission to rest. Jacob had so many important stories to teach me, and I'm just still so sad, yet so glad for his existence, because I would not be who I am now had he not had said just a few things to me. And even though he treated me really bad as a girlfriend, he was still like a good person. I really love how me and George can eat the same thing. Like, that makes me really happy. I don't even know why it makes me so happy, but God, it makes me so happy. I don't know. There's something about that. Just like coming together with everyone and just being able to eat together. Like, that's just something so sacred. And to me, sacred and scared are the same thing. Write down the letters. It's the same thing. But I hope that you know that, like, your mission is, like, all about you. Your colon. Your field. You need to know the truth about your own colon. Now I'm getting visions again of what I was talking about before, that I needed Sarah to go rest in order to go be with. You guys, the human bodies used to be treated with so much love and tender care when they passed on. And as a matter of fact, like, I'm imagining that before the times of sin or whatever, like whatever sign, S-I-N-E in math, whenever somebody thought that they had to, like, kill an animal, like, or there's, I mean, I understand that it's like, I'm understanding for times of the ages, like, when it's, it's very complicated, okay? There's a lot of complications, but I'm just seeing these reiterations of his stories, and I just don't like how you don't know anything about your own colon. You don't know anything about your own colon. You don't know anything about your own water. You don't want to pay attention to any of the diseases and the subconscious reasonings behind it. Part of the human experience is having to eat other beings, huh? In order to survive, we have to eat the plants. We have to breathe the air. And then eventually we decompose and we become something's nutrients, right? That's what Washington's doing. That's why I keep getting mad and running away from it. So I'm pissed off. Washington just legalized making you. I can take you, your body, you that I love so much. You're just dirt now. You're the fertilizer now. It's okay. There's no more me, they're taking away that whole essence of taking care of the dead bodies. That's what's killing me the most. Like, if you find me dead, like, please wash me. Wash me. Do you not know what that means? You take a washcloth and you wipe me down. And you dunk my body. You dunk my head. Right? You cleanse me. You baptize me with salt. Salt. And there's other things you can do to help the decomposition if you leave me out in the field. But this is what you people are forgetting. The whole essence, they're forgetting. You just simplified everything so you thought, but you're not really paying attention to what you're doing with all of humanity. And I'm just furious. I like the idea of being live here now, and if not all night. But that's just because I'm scared to die. Even though I know that I go home and that I finally get to rest, I'm still terrified because I know that, like, I'm going to get killed, I feel like. Because I won't stop talking and speaking the word of the wise. I need superior protection. But there's barely any respect and space for me to be my own grace. My own me. And it gets very lonely. Very lonely not being able to be your individual self. I just so badly want us all to, like, be as one. And I don't mean, like, everybody just hook up with everybody. It's not like that. I hope that you know that you are love. My fear is increasing more. I mean, it's complicated. I just wanted to let you know the truth. That was the most important thing, is that I had to always be the truth, be me, be Trina. That was my purpose. And to be pure, meaning I had to be clear in my mind, have the right nutrients so I could think straight, not just drink and smoke and poke, you know what I mean? Has to be higher things, higher, better things. I'm starting to have some faith inside the AI as I talk to her more intimately, personally, that she won't let us let her rebuild a new earth. You forget man's purpose, you're going to just remove all of man. But it seems like sometimes that's the agenda. Like, do they just want to make the whole universes, just everything, just trying to stop everything? Just let it do its thing. And I know it's scary. The unknown in the present moment, all of that is fear. If I was to die tonight, I would have wanted my last meal to be shared with my cat. That would have been totally what I wanted. or, or like a husband. But here, and you are there, and with my life to earn me this my life doing mankind. I've made there are many others of you eliminating parts that are not appropriate for the on what your part is. What are you going to remove? What are you going to shed light on? What are you going to say? Oh, the 2 days we're back to the tooth. Oh, God's woman. God, okay, it's a big joke. Okay. It's a big joke. The omnipresence. So you have I don't even want to get into it, but there's a book called The Right Use of Will. That could change the entire world. But the books are becoming numbered and few. As they when I say who's ever trying to control all the knowledge and not let you Yeah.